I think that internships are very helpful because they give you sort of a bird's eye view of what it is you think you want to
do with it when I got out in the real world. And also, again, some tools that I could use to get my schoolwork done more effectively. And also,
you see what work it takes to be prepared for the heroic or the glamorous or the well-publicized part of a job. So
spending some time with me hopefully has helped her to kind of say, oh, is this
going to work for me? Is this going to inspire me? Is this the type of career path that I could see myself really sustaining for the long term?
It's like my mother always told me I could be anything I wanted to be, but it didn't have any more detail than that. So when you go to make choices on classes and majors, it helps to have a little more
details that help you get your job done in the real world that they don't teach you in school, because it's just not part of the curriculum.
I got a response from public advocates asking if this was an internship that I would like to interview for. So, again, IDEAL was instrumental.
IDEAL has access to internship opportunities that are very meaningful and aren't just clerical work or filing. With my internship, I actually get meaningful work, and I'm really involved with the ongoings of a big law firm.
Because none of these companies post online internships. It's kind of like a come ask us process, but I wouldn't have even known these companies existed if it wasn't for IDEAL.
IDEAL supported me financially through this internship. I was able to also do summer school. I was able to also do volunteer work this summer. So I never would have been able to juggle that much without IDEAL.
Trying to find an internship without IDEAL would have been very difficult. Maybe not as meaningful and probably even more competitive. At least they made it a lot easier to find a better fit for me.
My day-to-day duties are extremely dynamic and diverse. Whatever Clara needs me to do, I get it done to the best of my abilities. Making charts for clients, creating treatment plans, to calling physicians. Clara works with a multidisciplinary team, so I've often had to call doctors and psychiatrists and check in on the status of the patient that Clara sees with them.
They had me learn Python. And so after learning Python, they gave me 2 projects. One of them is finding all the robots that crawl the site, and the other one is finding where the site is slow and could be improved.
On a day-to-day basis, I do a few things. I do intake, and that basically means that people call in with issues they have. Maybe they've been illegally imprisoned, or they're having problems with transit, and they call public advocates because they know about public advocates as one of the leading pursuants of social justice. And so they'll call, and I'll receive the phone call, and then I can refer them to other resources that may be able to help them. I also do research on litigation cases that public advocates is currently pursuing, and also help draft and revise briefs that public advocates uses in their cases.
Even though I'm undecided, I think I will choose something in the math or science or maybe even technology field.
So one of the challenges he overcame was not knowing anything about programming a computer. Again, very familiar with computers and very tech savvy in a lot of ways, but not really knowing what a programming language looked like. I think it was great to see him just jump in and really figure that out.
The biggest project I'm working on this summer allows me to create policy toolkits, and the point of those is to allow other cities to use these toolkits to pass initiatives that were passed in San Francisco in their city. So say if you were the city of Fresno and you wanted to pass a ban on plastic bags like San Francisco did, you would use the toolkit that I created, and hopefully that toolkit would be able to walk you through the entire process.
It was really invaluable. It's a project I've wanted to get done for a long time, and to simply have not had the number of hours to set aside to get it done, and had he not been here this summer, it wouldn't have happened.
Working with Clara has definitely been my epiphany moment. This is the internship, as I mentioned before, that has made me feel like, okay, I definitely want to be a social worker. I definitely want to focus on mental health, and I definitely want to work with vulnerable populations.
I thought one of the biggest challenges for her was her willingness, you know, to sort of come into something new. I mean, my field is similar, but in many ways it's very different. And I think there were things that were difficult for her to understand, but she stayed with it. You know, she would ask questions until she got it right.
Being exposed to all the people I've been interacted with here at the LA Piper has really inspired me to become an attorney.
Definitely, this experience has been worthwhile because basically we've been exposed to so many different departments, and we just realized that the law firm is much bigger than just attorneys and paralegals.
You come into a law firm having learned how to research the law, how to write about the law, how to talk about it. But you don't always have a lot of confidence in your own personal abilities, and it can be a daunting experience. The greatest challenge I saw them overcome was just believing in themselves and having that confidence. They found that confidence that hopefully they will hold on to.